Good morning, GCI community. This is episode 237, Draw Every Day. Today we're drawing a version of Superman requested by Costi. In the title, I'm just calling it Superman. But it is, of course, the Glen Kill version of Superman. From Superman, what's that called? Solar? Superman Solar. Let the games begin. Okay, this is going to be a Superman in flight. It'll be Mr. Glen Kill in flight. So we're going to have a little perspective, fist coming towards you. Deltoid up by the jaw. Good morning, Costi. Good morning, Nick. And good morning, Nova. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. So, Costi, I'm going to be using that picture you sent to the community for the reference on Glen Kill's face. I was looking for a few other references, and there aren't very many. So, yeah, be sure and get your art going up on the community, Nova. We would love to see it. So that's going to be a little downturn. Oh, you saw the movie today. Was it any good, Nick? Welcome everyone to the GCI studios. Don't forget to hit that like button and even consider subscribing. And Nova's getting some of her artwork posted. That will be awesome to see. All right, let's take a look. Very awesome. I like that Street Fighter graphic, but those two of your main characters that you draw, beautiful. Man, those are beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Nova. I saw Costi on here earlier, didn't I? Yeah, he said hello. All right. So, you were bored, but you aren't going to get a better He-Man movie, so it's kind of boring, huh? And Leto did a good job as Skeletor. Did you hear that, Costi? Good morning, Tiffany. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could get here early on a beginning of a new Superman sketch. You're in Jewel. Good morning, Danny. Welcome back, Danny. So I'm using my 2.0 just to try to get this thing roughed in. First of all, I just want to get a good flow going here. Get some perspective on this Man of Steel. So I need to cut that in there a little bit more, bring this up a little higher, this arm back. So this will be all chest up here, and then the ribs will be coming down here. Tiffany's very friendly. Welcome to the community, Tiffany. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be part of this. We're always looking for new members. We have a really good group. And there's Nismo. Morning, Nismo. You saw the Masters of the Universe and you thought it was terrible. Wow. Lorden, welcome back to the community. Welcome back to the live stream. Great to have you back, Lorden. You too, Coste. Missing a day or so. So this is a version of Superman some of you probably aren't familiar with, but it's a request by Costi and it is Superman, so we're rolling with it. So we got to get this a little more perspective, forced perspective wise. Yeah, I'll get onto the Condiment King after this. So if you want to hang in for the duration, we're going to be here a while. So I already got my mode set for this. So I'm going to get the bulk of this done. And then I'll start on the Condiment King. We'll do a double duty today. Okay, thank you for stopping by as long as you could, Nova. Appreciate you being here at all. That was great. All right, you can stay, but don't chat. All right. Sounds like a plan. "10 years old, Tiffany." Well, thanks for joining, Tiffany, this fine day. Well, I got my analytics from Monday. That should have, I know I had at least 20 hours of watch time on Monday. So that should have put me over the 3,000 mark. But of course, YouTube got me again. They only gave me 1 hour for Monday. So I'm not sure why they decide to do that every now and then, but they did it again. And so I'm only gave me 1 hour, so I'm still below 3,000. It's like 2,998 is what they gave me. So oh, there's Costi. He made it back. He'd take the dog. He is doing better. Great. Not sick. Yep. Glad you're liking it so far. Kind of doing an action pose with Glen style Superman, trying to get this face to a degree at least in a GCI style. He's kind of got a longer, oval face. He's got these kind of squintier eyes that turn down. Eyebrows that turn down. Yeah, Nick was saying that it was very boring. Lord and my favorite artist of all time, who is now dead, would be Neil Adams, closely followed by Frank Frazetta, who is also dead. Living favorite artists would be Jim Lee and David Finch. I really like the way their art and the way they ink, especially. But yeah, their design and anatomy is something that I've been inspired by. Frank Frazetta, I think, is one of my favorite artists. I'm going to shorten up that nose a little bit. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever drawn a fan-made film star. Brown Bat is not a comic book yet. It's just an idea that I've come up with. I've drawn a few pages on my own. Of course, I don't work for any comic book companies. I just work for GCI Studios, and it's just a YouTube thing right now. I would listen if company wanted, but I'm so old, I doubt they would want to hire me. They'd have to retrain me, and I've heard them say they don't like to take on older artists who have a lot of bad habits that they would have to break. I have my original one that I work on occasionally, and it is about a guy living in the Rocky Mountains, left the city, It's called Hone, the Wolf Soldier. Hone is the Arapaho language for wolf soldier. And I've got a few pages of it done. When was Jim Lee on there? Because I've been watching all of the new ones. It must be an older one that Jim Lee was on. I'm gonna have to go back in the archives and see that. Yeah, I've been watching all Rob Liefeld's ever since you turned me on to that, Costy. Have not missed an episode of Rob Liefeld. Turned me on to, hey, hello, there's the Rare Candy Show. So you're getting the screenless tablet today. Very cool. Because this is a version of the Superman that just kind of has that face. I'll give him a little smile so he doesn't look so sad. Yeah, this actor, he just kind of has that sad face that played Superman in this fan film that this is based off of. Just kind of keep working it. I want to get it a little closer to what he actually looks like. Tom Hanks. That's funny. Yeah, that guy kind of looks like Tom Hanks when he was younger. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please don't forget to hit that like button before you have to go. Yes, you did. I know, it was you. I didn't forget it. I meant you, Nismo. Yeah, you're the one that told me about Liefeld. You're getting the credit. Yep, and since you told me about it and I've been watching it, I haven't missed an episode. That's what I was saying. I meant Nismo. I might have said Costi. You know, I am 63 years old. My brain's going. Yeah, you're the one who told me about the Rob Liefeld show. So I'm hoping tomorrow morning when I get my analytics on the watch hours that they will have given me the credit so I can at least tip the 3,000 mark. Like I know I'm already over 3,000, but it's just a matter of YouTube acknowledging it being kind of a jerk about it, which ticks me off. They're just ticking me off over here. Yeah, I keep up with it. I know he's been doing some other things, so he hasn't been doing them weekly here lately, but he did have an episode last week and another one this week, and some interesting comic book artists who's kind of doing what he does on the whatnot for selling his artwork. Just kind of cutting the comic book companies out of it, which was cool. Oh, very cool. he, he acknowledged you and saw your stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, Rob, he was really good with his people there on the social media, all the platforms that he's on. Yeah, I like Rob's show. Gets you hear the real facts about the comic industry and all the different people who've been part of it for so many years. So if you do like comic book facts and industry news and artists, I would suggest you guys check out the Rob Liefeld. He's on YouTube, he's on all kinds of platforms, but of course I watch on YouTube. Yeah, his Instagram. He's all over the place. Of course, this version of Superman, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this whole thing over. This version of Superman has the old school emblem on his chest, the red, black, and gold trim. And so that. Yeah, I checked out your drawings while I was on your channel there, Candy, and I thought I like your art. You do a lot of the same stuff I was doing when I was getting my channel started. I even saw some Daredevil. I was doing Daredevil back in 2025, 24. Just like that. And Bugs Bunny, and I did a lot of SpongeBob, like I was saying. I did a picture of Plankton, just like you were doing yesterday. Yeah, it's a really good platform you got there. Hello, Dilly. Welcome to the stream. Do we like what? Hey, Ducky. Welcome to the stream. Duck thingies. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This is our daily stream for GCI Studios. I'm just kind of redoing this face. Getting it a little bigger. It was kind of too small. Trying to get this relatively close to what the guy actually looks like. Most of you won't know who he is, but I think it might help if I turn this so I'm looking at it a little more straight on. The guy does have a big forehead. Yeah, I should open an Instagram. A lot of people have been telling me to do that. Hello, P-Band, JTM, Tim. Okay, we'll call you Tim. Welcome. Yes, we are in the middle of a Superman sketch based off of a fan-made film version of Superman. So most of you, like I said, won't know this guy, but we're going to give it the GCI treatment. The way I like to draw. He's got very thin hair. Thank you, Duck. Yeah, so I'm just right now just getting this laid out. This is day one. I just started sketching this. I really want to get the face right before I continue on with what I'm more comfortable with, the Superman part of it, because this is a different actor who played Superman. Glen Kill Superman. Yes, you are correct. This is Glen Kill. So Nismo knows. Hey Nismo, have you ever seen the fan film? Gotta think of the name of it. Batman Beyond Year One fan-made film. Now that film was awesome. They had some professional actors in it. There we go. That's starting to look like him. Have you seen that one, Nismo? Okay, Dilly Gent Pickle, you're saying, are they do like it? Are they do like it? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, this one was kind of an Asian looking kid who's playing the role of McGinnis. But the effects were perfect. It's only like 12 minutes long. I wish it was longer, but yeah, it was very well done. That was a Costi suggested that one. Where did Costi go? And Nick, are you guys still there? Yeah, it's a good film. I'm gonna shrink down this deltoid a little bit. I think that would help with our proportions. Yeah, I'll just bring this down and simplify this a little bit. There we go. check that one out. So he talks me into drawing this Superman, and then he disappears. Oh yeah, Patient J. Why do I keep forgetting that? Patient J. I know I would like that one. J. I think I've written that down like 4 times and I never get back to it. Yeah, I want to see it. I used to make my own movies when I was young. Me and my brother. I think I told you guys before. I was actually in film class and won the Academy Award for Best Film. We had awards at the end of mine was called The Camping Trip. I think I told you guys that everybody was getting picked off by an unknown gunman throughout the movie. There's 3 of us at the beginning, and of course I was the hero. I was the last one standing. Okay. You're still here. Gotcha. Yeah, we made a lot of different movies. We made one that was fashioned after a show called Wild Wild West. You guys might have seen the movie version of that with Will Smith. It was a TV series. James Conrad, I believe. And we did my movies were all silent. We didn't have video cameras back in those days. Back in my day, we didn't have video cameras. There's no such thing as a cell phone. Back in my day, you had to go get on a landline if you wanted to call anybody. Life was much simpler then. Yeah, I will watch. I have time today. They're saying my family's all gone down to Florida. Lena and Wyatt and my wife are all in Florida. So once I get burned out on doing my work on the channel, I will certainly start watching some movies. But I'm going to do a lot of work on the channel. I'm going to force YouTube to give me 3,000 hours. Those jerks. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, folks, if you like it. So I'm just giving a pure Superman style treatment on the physique and the body pose, but just trying to get the Glen Kill, Glen Kill look to the face. He's got a very boring face, actually. But we can work with it. You're on 655 what? Yeah. So it's that good. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. Okay. I feel I had to redo this face. I'm trying to get the face a little closer before I go on. All right, you don't have to watch it if you don't want. Who cares? It's a free world, mostly. There we go. Okay, now we're crack-a-lacking. Keep the face simple, but true to what he actually looks like. Believe it or not. Yeah, they gave me 1 watch hour for Monday, and I know I had 26. So that's, I'm not sure what their deal is on my watch hours. Very frustrating. 2,998. Should be monetized on the first level right now, and they're not giving it to me. All right, see you, Candy. Yeah, it's starting to look like him. I think, at least the GCI version of him. That's what I say when I can't get portraits exact. That's what all people say when they can't get it to look like the actual person. All right, simplify some of these lines. I think I'm just going to go to ink instead of penciling this like crazy. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab me some coffee. You guys stay on here. Keep hitting that like button. Keep subscribing. Let's rack up some hours today. It's undeniable. YouTube cannot defeat me. Well, once again, this is what we finished yesterday. We finished Nick's request yesterday. The brown bat and the bat mite. So that's still doing really well on views and all that. So that was what we did last week. And so here we go. Let's get some ink down on Mr. Kill. They call me Mr. Kill. You got a community work now? All right, I will see it. That's what we're here for, man. We're here for the community. All right, we're going to get this old bill all inked up. Gonna kind of revigorated a style I used to use. I did it on the brown bat, and I'm going to keep it going here for a while. I really like the way it looks. Okay, community, we're looking for the newest additions from Nismo. We've got 6 cool works, it says. So here's the first one. What are these characters' named? You draw them quite. Is that Big Ben in the background? Very cool. Big Ben. And what are these characters called again? Okay, you got a good start here. I like how you put your characters in the foreground. I like the way the guy on the right, he's walking and you can see the bottom of his foot. Your anatomy actually looks good, especially for this style of drawing. Background beginning is really cool. I like that Big Ben in the background. Sherlock Holmes, okay. Yeah, I see that. There's the pipe. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it would be a good, like a Sunday comic strip style art. Yeah, I can tell they're in England. I knew that was Big Ben. Very well done. Okay, so we got this kid. Looks like you kind of just blew past the fingers. The hands need a little work. Face, I like the face. Simple, expressive. And of course, it's kind of a cartoon style anatomy, which the arms look great. That, especially the arm that's closest to us, the forearm, and into and the little perspective on the upper arm. Very good. The arm that's kind of on the away from us back there, that one's a little bit out. You got out of whack. You got to shape that a little more like the one that is in the foreground. But cool. Now this is just pure cool. Like the batting pose for the Batman. Batman's up to bat, and Robin's the catcher. I actually like that. The grommets, okay. Yeah, Danny knew it. He just couldn't remember the name. Yeah, I like this one. I have that one cover where Batman's holding a bat with the bat. So this looks like your random page. You got all kinds of things going. Looks like a Pokemon and all kinds of stuff. Airplane. Yeah, these are good pages to do. Just start putting things down, draw all kinds of different shapes, get your, expand your sketching abilities. I have pages like this in my sketchbooks. And this is your He-Man. And that's the Castle of Grayskull. Yeah, I can see it. You got a good foreground, background. Battle Cat right there. Is that Skeletor riding Battle Cat? I think that's Skeletor, isn't it? Yeah, that's Skeletor. Yeah, you're drawing a little bit smaller, so you got to keep things simpler. I get that. I do it all the time. It's one of the challenges. And here we have guys driving through one of those zoos. Got the hippo. I can tell that's a hippo, lower right-hand corner. We've got our giraffe. That's a very cool giraffe. I like your jalopy very well. Yeah, cars are a little bit tricky to draw sometimes. I always need reference when I try to draw them. All right. Thanks for those sketches. It's nice to see some random, just some good old pencil sketches. You can really tell a lot about a person's artwork when it's in that sketch form like that. All right, back to the inking. I'm sending more. Just wait a second. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you did plenty of chatting throughout the week, so you've done more than your part this week. And we've got other contributors here today, so for sure. You're welcome, Costi. And thank you for the request once again. Believe it or not, I'm walking away. 3 more. Yeah, especially inking technique is what I've, the one I kind of revived during the Nick's request of the brown bat. I forgot how I used to do that. It's a subtle thing. Probably most people wouldn't notice it, but see anything else. I want to make sure I get that. He's got that serious crease right there. Oh, new works. Okay. Got some storms rolling through Illinois this morning. All right, what we got going here? This is Nismo, something he, so what is it? Looks like a storefront, right? Like 7-Eleven. Yeah, it's a 7-Eleven. Very cool. Dr. Doom. Let's see, holding a glass of water. Anatomy needs work on this one, but I like the beginning of your inking process. Here's another random page, some of those characters. We got a cat, all kinds of different little creatures. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of sketching. Very cool. Keep it up. Make sure you're drawing something every day. That's how we get better. Use references, draw from actual life. Yes, I would like you to complete that Batman up to bat with Robin as the catcher. That would be cool to see how that turns out. There, actually has a little smile on his face, so that's unusual for GCI Superman sketches. Coffee's good today. Bringing me around. I know I've got an 8 in here somewhere. Process of elimination. So I'm going to get the outline done on Mr. Kill. What a name, Mr. Kill. All right, outline. Focus on the outline. So do you think that you're, yes, I do think you are improving. Yeah. I think when you're drawing fast, you kind of lose some of your anatomy, you know, just getting everything that looks right. But overall, especially, yeah, the Sherlock Holmes stuff, those two walking together, Big Ben in the background, that's a lot better than what you were doing. Are you still having that art instructor come and give you private lessons? just keeps getting hotter there in Mumbai. So 49 Celsius, what would that be in Fahrenheit, I wonder? Yeah, you're trying to get the National Art Certification. Nova, she's like, in whatever country she's from, she's like won best artist of the whole nation for her age group or whatever. They don't have that kind of stuff here that I know of in the United States for art. They might, I just don't, I'm not aware of it, but yeah, that's really cool. You can get a national certification. That's unheard of in this country. Hello, Jack. Thank you. I wanted to do something a little bit interesting on the pose, since it's a version of Superman that most people would not be familiar with. His name is Glen Kill from the fan-made film Superman Solar. Requested by, of course, Costi. He loves himself some fan-made films. He's given me some really cool suggestions here this week, especially that Batman Beyond Year One. I suggest that to anybody who, and it's a 12-minute movie, but you'll wish that it was longer. I'm telling you right now. You're the youngest person in the top 100. Very cool. That's an accomplishment. Good job. It's because you work on your craft, on your ability to draw. You don't take it for granted or lightly. And you draw every day. I'm telling you, that's the key to being the artist that you want to be. Yep. This one's coming around pretty well, I think. Making a good amount of progress. We'll be blocking out some of this with heavier inks here in a minute, but I want to get some of the line work confirmed before I start doing that. Okay, what we got going on, Jack? Yeah, good idea, Jack. Yeah, I've tried the stick man method. I do not like the stick man method, trying to, for layouts. I've shown you guys the just the basic structure and gesture drawing style that I like to do with simple head, simple shape for the torso, simple, arms or tubes, and just get it laid out that way first. All right, I think I am ready for a few more lines in the cape first. Liverpool, you guys both like Liverpool. Are these, this cup thing, is it still going on? I know you were talking about that a while back, Nismo. Yeah, this has turned into a football chat. Thanks everybody for being on here, who decided to be on here. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. Okay, I've got my brush pen. It's one of my newer ones. At first it wasn't working well, but the more I use it, the better it's getting. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to be blocking out the heavily shadowed areas with this. Inky dinky. Appreciate the likes, everybody. Do not hesitate to hit that like button. And consider subscribing. We're doing this content every day. This is a request from one of my subscribers / moderator, Costi. He's on here. He's just kind of staying in the background today. Sometimes, you don't want to be on there doing all the jibber jabber. I get that. think because I'm not highlighting back in there, I'm going to try using one of my cheaper brush pens to fill that in back there. Thought I had another fresh one. Might be in here. Got 2 drawers on the bottom of my drawing table where I keep a lot of my backup supplies. I had one out. Maybe this is it. Yep, this is it. Thanks for being on here, everybody. Please don't forget to hit that like button. And consider subscribing. Yeah, that's a little too much. Okay, I think I'll settle with that. I can fill it in with the finer tipped brush pen. So this is the inking process stage that's done in comic book style art. Most like classic art, they would frown upon this type of outlining everything, but it's the nature of the art with comic book style art. It's what you do. Yeah, a little bit tighter. There we go. Thank you for the likes, everybody. So this leg is going back, so we're going to get it in a little bit heavier shadow. World War. I think I prefer Superman. I think it's called Superman World War, but I do prefer Superman World War. Hello, AJ. I know it's called Superman World War. I saw the title. Good morning, Andrea. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us today on this drawing of Superman from a fan-made film that Costi told me about. Just getting the inking the way we want it. There's Andrea Gibson. That is my wife in Florida, has joined the stream. So it's 5:15 in Florida, and she's here. Yes, telling everybody that YouTube ripped me off. They only gave me 1 hour of watch time for Monday because it's a 5-day delay on the total. And I know for sure I had over 20 hours, so they're messing with me. So I'm still 2 hours short of the 3,000, according to YouTube, the jerks. I guess that's not a good way to get on their good side, calling them jerks. Yeah, I usually use Andrea's other account to kind of monitor the channel, and she's actually on it today. All right, I think I'm getting close to getting this blocked in the way I wanted it. I'm gonna have to use some gel pen for some definition here and there to show the distinction. Yeah, let's do some lining. I'm liking that. Oh yeah. Now we're crack-a-lacking. Oh, you'll know if he's here or not. Everybody's saying hi to Mrs. Gibbs. Thank you for welcoming her to the stream. It's the first time being on my stream. There we go. Now he's looking like something. Thank you for the likes, everybody. And please consider subscribing if you're enjoying the content here today. Get this backup phone out of the way. I don't need the reference right now until I get down to the face again. But see, what angle do I want to do? I want this angle right here. Yeah, something keeps making a noise when I shake the table. It's driving me crazy. Short drive when you're already crazy, though. Yeah, I'm going to completely finish this. I hope I got enough blue. I know my blue markers. Unless I did this in acrylic, but I would lose all this inking that I'm doing if I did it in acrylic and have to do it all over again, which would be a waste of time. Yeah, I'm going to have to find some blue that works. His blue is a little darker, so I could use a little bit different blue than I would typically use to finish off a Superman sketch. We did get some steady rain here today. It has stopped raining from what it sounds like. Yeah, I'm going to finish this today, no doubt. We're in for the duration, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. All right, need to do a few lines. No, I don't want to use that. Scratch that. Go back to this one. Okay, let's turn this again. Working with line weight to indicate shadows. There we go. Yeah, we can kind of just darken that whole thing up, and that works. What time is it here right now? It is 4:20 a.m. where I'm at. What time is it where you're at, Kosti? I can never remember the difference between here and Romania. I think he is. He went silent. He said, yeah, he said, bye SE enough tomorrow, Waff, Condiment King. I think he was saying goodbye, see you tomorrow with Condiment King versus Dark Side. What is this? Oh, it's a 2. It's going bad. Yeah, wait for the dust to settle and then come on back into the convo. I get that for sure, for sure. $2.21 for you, $4.21 for me. 9:08 p.m. in Romania. That is crazy. So it's Saturday night there. Yeah, it would be Saturday night, right? He lives on the other side of the country from where I live in America. America. I'm closer to Chicago, and he's closer to Seattle, probably. Yeah, give me your address. We'll come over for snacks and watch a movie later. Me either. I don't have any snacks. No snacks for you. Okay, so that one isn't quite enough. The other one was getting too dry. Hi, hungry. I'm Nick. Yeah, the GCI multiverse. You're talking whole alternate dimensions there, man. We might disrupt the space-time continuum if we were all in the same place, same geographic location. National Geographic. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thank you for the likes. And please consider subscribing. All right, got a few little details to put in throughout this abdominal and torso area. Still have to do the Superman logo. We should use a different fine liner for that, for sure. For that, for sure. Okay, let me see what it looks like in Romania. There's a picture of Romania. Is that outside of your apartment window or something? That's what it looks like, a view outside the apartment window. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that, Nismo. Or, sorry, Costi. I don't know why I do that. A big apartment. Cool. I've never lived in an apartment. All right, I think I'll get the reference picture back up and start adding some color to this. Let's do a light erasing. I don't want to lose all my pencil marks, but oh yeah, I still have to do the Superman emblem. Sounds like the rain's back. Another wave. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, I gotta get the reference back up here. Oh, it's raining pretty hard now. I wish that would stay zoomed in, but it won't. That could be a later tone, but I don't want to start with that. Yeah, it's really coming down now. And the wind's blowing. That one's too dry. I have to go back to one of these. See what I got left in the chisel side of this one. That's to be kidding me right now. Everything's drying up. There we go, that's a little better. Don't forget to hit that like button before you go. Thank you for everybody who's stopping by to watch the stream for a few minutes. We are at 85 minutes on this. Hello, Rose. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button. Toast. Oh, Jack had some toast. A bit of toast in the morning. I didn't really finish this ear. I want to do that a little bit. I'm going to try one of these little super fine, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. These little, that my wife got from the school. They were throwing them out one time, but they have some very subtle tones that work well for doing the close-up work on these faces. Homelander. I don't even know what color this is. Sure isn't the right one for what I'm doing. Not the preferred, but it is working to a degree. Let's see here. I think I have a better one in this collection. Hey, thank you for the likes, everybody. Yeah, this is a process, so we're creeping up on it. I thought I had put all the tones I wanted to use for face detail in the same section, but I'm going through the organizer. It doesn't make sense to me now. That one's a little better. Sounds like the initial blast has gone through. Of rain, that is. Yeah, these work really well for adding face details, I'm telling you. You owe me some money. Yeah, it'll work good on the hands. Yeah, I'm really liking these more subtle brush markers for adding this detail in the flesh tone areas. Very good. All right, I'm going to lay out the shield. And this is the red, black, and gold, or yellow shield. is kind of a perspective look at it. Thank you, check, if you're talking to me. I mean, check. Costi, why do I keep doing that? Yes, you're welcome. And it's turned out to be a good request. Thank you for the request. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Consider subscribing. We do daily content here on GCI Studios live stream. Today is a version of Superman from a fan-made film. The actor's name is Glen Kill. And we just kind of put a traditional Superman body on him. And he's got the old school, original 40s Superman logo on his chest. And that's laid out, so we'll go ahead and get some color on that. Get this thing moving forward. So you'll zoom out a little bit, we can get a better idea of what's what. We'll start out with a little more of a pale red, and I can bring the tone down as we go, as needed. Oh, you ate your lunch already? Why, how far is, oh, this is crazy. Figured out all these time zones. So we're getting the background, the field of this in the black tone. Better get a finer liner to do these other areas, so we don't encroach on the actual S or the border. The border is going to be a yellow. Oh, the view, the commenter thing. What do they call it? XP. Welcome everyone to the GCI Studios. We're getting some color down on this version of Superman. Trying to find a yellow that I want to use for the border on the logo. I think this is the ticket. Not bad, not bad at all. Thanks, Jack. Yep, I always have like the black and red logo. Old school. All right, so let's get some of the areas of the cape filled in. Got some more thunder rolling through. Oh yeah. Yep, I do remember that. Costy. On the Superman and Lois XP. What's that even mean? I'm not sure what I think we talked about this before and I didn't really get an answer. What's the XP good for? Or why do they keep track of it? If you wanted to find out the top commenter or something, should Google that sometime. I never think of it when I'm not streaming though. Yeah, this one's starting to lose its juice. I guess I'll just drain it out and try to find something similar once it's gone. It's dying fast. It looks better on the screen than it does in real life. It's actually filling in better screen-wise. Usually it's the opposite, or not usually, but sometimes. It should probably be black. And heavier shadow under there. What happened to what? What are you talking about? Are you spamming? We kick out guys like you. Welcome everyone to this GCI Studio live stream. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content, and even hitting the like button. We have a good group in the community. We can, after you're in the community for 24 hours or subscribe for 24 hours, you can start posting in the community your artwork or comments. I think I'm going to add some black in here now that I can see the cape a little more, what it's looking like. So you hit your 1000 XP and so you're gone. Okay, got it. Well, thanks for being here today, Nismo. And I will we'll do some more work on your Condiment King, probably wrap it up tomorrow with Dark Side. I've got it sitting right, oh, it's on the back page before this in my sketchbook. White Superman. Yeah, he's white so far, isn't he? Hundred and 3 minutes. So like during the week, you know, doing like 30, 45-minute increments, this one would have taken me like 4 days or so. So since, you know, it's continuous here, we're going about a 2-hour stream. Able to get through it from start to finish. Yeah, I've seen a white suit Superman before. All right, it's time to find a blue that we want to use. And he does have a darker blue suit. I got this one, it might have a lot of juice in it. The only downside with it is that you lose. So that's cobalt. How about this royal? How much is left in the royal? And it's even darker. Well, I can always bring more highlights in with the acrylic. I don't think I have anything left in the baby blue, which would be too light anyway. Yeah, it's drying up. All right, I think I'll go with, they're about the same. See what we can do with the royal. So I'm going to use the royal. I might lose some of this inking definition, but I'll try to bring it back with the white gel pen and or the white acrylic marker. Hopefully when it dries, you'll be able to see the inking detail I did. So now you really have to go? Okay. Goodbye again. I'm glad you like it, Costi. Yeah, I'm having more fun with it doing, you know, instead of just a standing there pose like I do with a lot of the TV and movie versions of the heroes. I like the fact we got him in a more of an action pose. Makes it more interesting for me to draw. So I'm enjoying this one. I gotta slow down so it covers more efficiently. I don't like leaving these little white spots everywhere, and then I gotta go back and touch it up, and then it's a slightly different tone after you do another layer of the acrylic marker. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, I'm digging the pose. So now just adding the color. We went from pencil sketch, kept reworking the face till I got happy with it. Get a little closer to Glen Kill's face, and then once I got that done, everything went pretty smooth, I think. Thank you very much, Andrea. Appreciate that. I think this is the first time you've sat and watched me draw. It's kind of like watching paint dry if you're not interested in what's going on. Yeah, that James Spicer, his name is Jack. He's from London. He's saying hi. And his little brother's nickname is Goo Goo. He's on here sometimes and has done a request. Jack's done a request. Yeah, close to London, yeah. So this back leg, we can just have a little area of the color showing because of the shadow. So we can just fill that in with the royal blue. That's too close. Royal blue. And of course, this leg coming a little bit forward and bent. Oh no, it's drying out. Hopefully I can find another royal blue somewhere. I hate it when this happens. See if I can get this whole set. Oh man. Dang it, man. That thing just dried up quick all of a sudden. Let's see if I have another royal blue. Well, this one's so close. I don't know if you could. This one's cobalt blue. It's such a. It'll probably really look different though that the. I could use it for like a shadowed area. And then maybe come back with what's left of this royal. So it will gradually come to a lighter tone. Come on, you can do it. Appreciate that, Costi. Yes, you guys are always supporting me. Been here since the early stages of starting this channel back up after Wyatt gave me the idea Wyatt and my brother Ryan gave me the idea, but Wyatt showed me how to do it because I had forgotten how to even post things on YouTube, since I had done it since 2018, I think it was. All right, just about tapped out all my blue markers. Can't do another Superman for a while till I get some more supplies. So let's see what we want to go with. Some type of an outline to redefine this area that kind of got washed out in the marker. Somebody took away one of their likes. They did like it, but now they don't. So it's one of them days. We're at 1:13. I think 2 hours will be about it because I want to bring in some highlights here and there. Get that a little more defined. Get some angles on that hand. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I turned Glen Kill into a real superhero. Looks a lot more heroic than he did on the fan-made film. All right, how about some highlights here? See what we can do with this white gel. It's kind of clogged up. I gotta clean it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, he's getting the Henry Cavill treatment. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another drink of coffee. Yeah, that leg's a little bit faded color-wise. I might have another royal blue somewhere. That's not it. If I could just need like 1 or 2 more swipes with the blue. I'll look for it when I get back. I'm gonna go get another drink of coffee. Let's get this centered a little bit. There we go. I want to show everybody that's on here now what we finished up yesterday. This is my original interpretation of Batman called the Brown Bat, and the Batmite with him with the same brown bat treatment. That was Nick's request, and we finished this one up yesterday. So it's done really well with the shorts that I made from it and the long forms. So it was thanks for that request again, Nick. Appreciated that. Just wanted to see if I got one more royal blue that's not completely dried up that I could use. There's a marine blue. I don't think that would work. Prussian blue. What color is that? I don't know if I've ever used it. No, that's not good. Not good. Royal blue. This might be it. Nope, that's more cobalt. Is it as dark as the other one was? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with cobalt to wrap this up. Hey, thank you, Rare Candy Show. It was a process, but finally got there. Yeah, if I just go over this whole thing with this, it doesn't look that far out of line. Hey, Danny. Danny's back. Yep, thanks. Oh, I'm pretty happy with this one. I think I'm going to add a few more highlights here and there. If I don't like it, I can always just go right back over it with more marker. It's a crazy deal. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. Okay, I think that'll wrap it up. I'm probably not going to leave that white highlight in there. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate all your work. Gibbs, what happened to your Superman versus Black Adam sketch? Did you cancel that? I don't even remember. Yeah, it wasn't on there. I must not have wrote it down. Superman versus Black Adam. But I could add it to it. I know I added, I still have a John Stewart Green Lantern. You still want me to do that, Jack? It's on the list. It's down a ways, but it's on there. I moved up Nick's request a little ways. No problem. Just glad you were able to be here as much as you were. So that'll do it for today. Thank you, everybody. I'll look into that Superman and Black Adam request again. I'll just write it down right now before I sign off, because I do remember talking about it, but for some reason I did not get it written down. So thank you, everyone, for being on here. Thank you for keeping the conversation rolling and all your input. As usual, you guys are supporting the GCI Studios live stream very well, and I am very grateful for that. So thank you, Andrea, for joining today, your first live stream, and kind of meeting some of the folks. So do me a favor, remember, I ask you every time we wrap up a video, please try and draw something every day. Later.